Welcome back to the show. Very good day to you. How are you doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, and I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for the weekend. I cannot wait to, just have some time for myself. There's been so much going on this week, and I feel like everybody deserves a break, okay? So if you're kind of dreading this week, and if you've had a not so great day so far, not so great couple of days so far, I just want to remind you to take a few days for yourself. Saturday and Sunday is just a day away. So hang in there for a little bit longer. Just, take some time for yourself, kind of refocus and head on over to next week in a much brighter, in a much positive attitude. To do that, you need to spend some time with yourself. That can be the hardest thing to do, but show yourself some love, show yourself some gratitude for being able to pull through so far. And yeah, just treat yourself, okay? You definitely deserve a treat. You definitely deserve to be celebrated. So go ahead and listen. Okay, what I always tell myself is if nobody else is going to celebrate you, then you can go ahead and celebrate yourself. That's literally all that matters. The only person that you need is yourself. So be there for yourself. Always, never put yourself down. Look at yourself in a very heightened position and always give yourself the credit that you deserve. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the world crumbles and falls around you. It doesn't matter if the people around you hate on you, as long as you have enough love to show yourself. So go ahead, celebrate yourself today. Get yourself a fancy dinner. Cook yourself a fancy dinner if that's what you like to do. Take some time off, watch a good movie or two, and just spend some time with yourself, even though that may be the hardest thing to do. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and do that today. With that being said, if you're just tuning in, welcome in on the show. This is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. And if you're new to Relax Radio, well, Relax Radio is basically a community-based, interactive radio. And the reason we're here is to share your thoughts and opinions with everyone listening in. And we're here to get your personal thoughts and opinions as well. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio as well. All right. With that being said, one of the most interesting topics, to say the least, with regards to Frozen. I feel like when Frozen came out a few years back, it kind of changed animated fans as a whole, okay? Because Frozen was just the next level of a Princess Disney movie. It was so magical, it was so fairy tale, and I think what appealed to me the most, I absolutely loved Frozen. Okay, keep aside the good music, keep aside the songs that were probably stuck in all of our heads despite our ages, keep aside all of those aspects. I think what was most beautiful about Frozen, if you watched it, the most beautiful thing about Frozen was that it showed love in so many different aspects. There was romantic love, there was sibling love, sisterly love, how you put your sister, how you put your family before everything else. And I think there was so many messages that was embedded. And it's one of those rare animated films that you could watch when you're 10, or you could watch when you're 5 years old, but you could also watch it as a 21-year-old or a 30-year-old. And that's what's beautiful about Frozen. I definitely think the animated movie Frozen definitely took our generation by storm. And guess what? There's some very exciting news, because the Broadway musical is actually to head to London's West End. Now, the stage adaptation of Frozen, which opened on Broadway early last year, is coming to London's West End, and it will be open. Actually, it's going to be reopened. It will reopen the Drury Lane Theatre in autumn, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So that's just something that I wanted to let you know. And the question is, can the stage musical recreate the film's magic? Okay, last year the West End froze before Frozen even had a chance to open, and the stage adaptation of the ridiculously popular Disney movie had, been due to debut at the refurbished Theatre Royal Drury Lane in autumn 2020. Now, preparations were well underway, and the show had already cast, I think it was Stephanie McKeown and Samantha Barks to be Anna and Elsa, respectively. Both actresses had seen the show in the US, where the musical enjoyed a successful Broadway run with ticket sales driven by the countless dedicated and fully costumed fans of the film. So, yeah, I think I think the main thing is that everybody has a question as to whether the stage film is going to be as if it can recreate the film's magic. And I think we're just going to have to wait and see. But Frozen in general was just out of this world because it made more than $1.2 billion. That's about 870 pounds at cinemas after being released in 2013. Yeah, that's 2013. And as a major Disney release with a big marketing budget, it was always bound to do reasonably well. But apart from that, I think it also exceeded the expectations of the viewers and the fans as well, because oh my goodness, it is absolutely a whole different level of Disney movie. I know there might be some of you that disagree and say that Frozen it could have been better or whatnot, but in my opinion, Frozen was just absolutely amazing. I want to know what you're thinking. Go ahead, call me up. 07852473473 is the number, or you could always just leave a comment down below and talk to me and let me know what's going on, because I would definitely love to hear from you. With that being said, we're going to head on off into a little break. When I come back, though, a lot more interesting things await, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relaks Radio.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're riding? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts, mainly one, because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. Yeah, that's very important, right? Because you want cars, yeah.
Very important. And also, like, people see me in like calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on air, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick.
A very good morning to you and welcome back to the show. I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relaks Radio, the show where we trap you with the best of conversation. Go ahead and get on board the show. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you're thinking, because I would definitely love to hear from you. The number to call us is 07852473473, or you could always just leave a comment down below if you're listening to us on our social media. Now, with that being said, I also want to remind you that you can get in touch with us at any point of the day by heading on over to our social media. That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, basically all social media platforms. Okay, we go as Relaks Radio. We're spelled without the X and Relax because we are all about positivity. So if you want that extra dose of positivity, all you gotta do is make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relaks Radio. And I know that everybody is super busy with your own little things to do. Everybody has so much going on, and it can be a real hassle to keep on top of everything that's happening. But that's why we're here at Relaks Radio. We're here to give you that, way to ensure that you are informed and inspired. And when you are doing, say if you're working or you're on your way to work, all you got to do is head on over to our app or social media and listen to our live streams so that you know exactly what's going on in London and in the UK and around the world as well. So go ahead, tune in on our app, tune in on our social media to stay updated with all the latest gossip and all the latest information. With that being said, we've been talking about something very interesting. We've been talking about Frozen, and I told you how the Frozen stage musical, how there's a lot of hope that it'll recreate the film's magic, but we're just going to have to wait and see. And apparently, okay, this is something that I didn't know, but apparently Elsa from Frozen was meant to be an evil queen with an army of snow monsters. This to me was such news because initially basically when Elsa was from Frozen was originally intended to be an evil queen with this like army of snow monsters. And when I heard that for the first time, I was just like, no, I loved Elsa. And I know that I don't know. I know that she brought. If you've watched, Frozen, you know that Elsa. She basically has powers that she can't control, and she brings on a winter, an eternal winter, to the kingdom of Arendelle, right? But you can't help but feel sorry for her, and you feel so much pity. You feel so much sympathy for this queen who, had to kind of had powers that she couldn't control. But knowing that the creators of Frozen were actually originally intending Elsa to be an evil queen just broke my heart for a second, because I love Elsa, and she's not evil, okay? She's not meant to be evil, but according to the animated film's producer, Peter Del Vecchio, said that they completely rewrote the ending, because when they started off, Anna and Elsa were not even sisters, okay? They weren't even royal. So Anna was not a princess. Anna, rather, was not a princess. Elsa was a self-proclaimed snow queen, but she was just a villain and pure evil, okay? Much more like the Hans Christian Andersen tale. So that's basically what it was supposed to be. But Peter Del Vecchio, the director, actually says that they changed the ending of the film because it was too similar to the previous Disney stories, and they were worried it wouldn't stand out. And when I began this conversation, I told you that the reason I thought Frozen stood out so much, and because it was loved so much, is just because there was that sibling love that we didn't really get to see much. And yeah, that was just beautiful. So yeah, that's just news to you, and that's just basically what I wanted to tell you, because that was definitely news to me. I want to know if you think that Elsa would have been better off as like an evil villain queen. Go ahead and let me know by leaving a comment down below. With that being said, we're going to head on off into a little break. When I come back, though, we do have so many more interesting things to talk about, so make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relaks Radio.
Again, but now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young. Well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, my dad would say to me, you had one to forget. That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He'd say to me, you had one to forget. Get over it. And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Well, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much a lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get